And I'm very excited to see Dragon Link. But there is not just one, but there's a second evenly matched. So are they going to get to the Borland? Will they keep the Borland? They will do a Savage Dragon, which would negate one evenly. But then the second evenly? So Romulus is searching for the ravine. They already activated the boot sector launch. Pop in the boot sector with the tracer to get summon a caliber from the deck. So they're playing that extra rocket name. Do we have Hakimo and Captain Bash both playing Dragon Link? Bash might have been playing something else, but I think I've seen them play Dragon Link before. And why today I think there's two different players playing it. So why would all of a sudden these two players both choosing to play Dragon Link at this moment? Is there something about Dragon Link, the way that it uses the Bishiels to counter Fiendsmith? The untargetable Borland? They actually kept the regained. Huh. Keeping the regained, letting go of the Borland. They could just runic destruction and get rid of the regained. I mean, I guess at that point they could also do a flashing fire, right? But then the Borland can't be destroyed. You have to be a banish. The Borland cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect, and neither player can target it with monster effects. It can also attack each monster the opponent controls once. And it can negate the opponent's monster. It can negate a monster. Oh my gosh. It can negate one of the opponent's monster's effects. Target negate. So they got rid of all of that to keep the regained. And apparently it actually worked out for him. See game 2. True. So Runic going first. They got the tip, grabbing the fountain. Now they got a Hugin. So they will be able to draw 2 from this. Shuffling back 2. To draw. Then they got the Wall of Revealing Light. And there can be only one. Why didn't they set the rivalry? Why didn't they do rivalry in Synchro Zone as well? Would that have been just complete overkill? And they would fear maybe like a Duster or an Evenly? And then they can do the rivalry in the Synchro Zone later. Like the Teekaboo will be enough, right? And then if not, they got the Wall of Revealing Light. That's that could have a steep cost. What do? Pay 3,000 life points with that Wall of Revealing Light, making it so that they can attack if they have less than that? Slumber protecting the Hugin from destruction. And they get to return the Slumber and draw into a Clockwork Knight, but they already have one of those. Druid Worm sending the Hugin to the grave. Now they bring out that rivalry. The gloves are coming off. There's no Evenly. They would have dustered by now. But they do have to make it so that they can keep they have to keep at least one zone open to be able to activate their runic spells from the hand. Yeah. Tikaboo, Rivalry, those alone are too much for Dragon Link sometimes. Together, be almost impossible. We're going to get back to watching this from the Dragon Link perspective. Game number 3. Abso Router Dragon. So the Abso Router, you send the Abso Router with the Ravine, that searches for your Rocket Tracer. But I would Lubellion bait with the Lubellion first, or did we draw into that or something? Did we start out with the Lubellion? How did we? They did not start out with the Rebellion. Probably drew it off the Chaos Base. That's crazy. Didn't even ban the Chaos. They didn't banish Chaos Base yet. They drew it some way. So we're gonna Tracer, pop the Ravine. No way. There had to be something better to do here. Completely uninterrupted. Are they not playing the baby dragons? Okay. Well, it doesn't look like a lot here, but it kind of is. No, there's no Druid Worm. It would be better if there was a Druid Worm. The Baldrig is banished. Maybe that could come back somehow. But when the Masquerena temporarily banishes... Oh god, it's a little knight. It's a Masquerena. Well, this Masquerena could make a little knight. And that when that little knight temporarily banishes, the regained can return their card back to the deck. So it's not necessarily just a temporary banish anymore. Little knight with the effect to on summon banish their own striker, and then they regained draw. This is good. It works. Veiler negate the Hugin. They drew into the Veiler? What did they draw? Okay. That Chaos Angel was it someone with a light and a dark? No, just dark. So it would have been protected from destruction by battle. But I don't know if they knew that, because they just scooped it up. They could have destroyed it with one of their spell or trap effects, whatever they got. Am I missing something? Still in the top 8. 1/4/1. Do we Ash? And they don't Ash, but they Fuelos. Here's a cross out designator. Would you want the cross out to get? Would you want your Ash to eat the cross out, or would you want your Fuelos to eat the cross out? Do you want them to eat your Ash? No. I get. They would rather have the Fuelos negated than the Ash. Senpai power. Sangan summoning, so they're unaffected. What you want to know with the Sangan summoning? It's been a while. The Tenpais that they control are unaffected. So a Wave High King Caesar could negate a Tenpai effect in the hand to summon. Is that the Genroku that summons from the hand once it's added? So Caesar negate that. Caesar also negates the Kaiman. Imperm negate the seal. The seal is negated and would stop. It would not be able to return a card to the hand. But if it tributes itself, it would still activate to summon a card from deck. But that effect activates on a new chain. So if they use the Yugioh Magnamut to, here it is, seal tributes, are they going to Magnamut? No. They could have used the Magnamut to banish the seal. Engraver. And now that the seal resolved and is in the grave, they're just going to use the Phantom of Yubel to replace the effect of the seal. But, you know, what if they potentially had Nibiru? Or this Ghost Bell right here would be a perfect place for them to use the Phantom of Yubel. But wait. The Ghost Bell, they're only going to use that once you do that, once you start doing your Yubel effect. So I don't know. The Ghost Bell stops stuff with the grave. I'm just trying to figure out where the Phantom would be best suited. Potentially on a Nib if they had one. But back to the root of the thing here is, I do believe that if they banish the seal with the Magnamut, chain link 2 to it tributing itself, then it would not activate to summon from deck. And what did they summon? Maybe it's gone? Oh, they Phantom Yubel'd it. And then you still have that Phantom Yubel for a potential Nibiru. And this Magnamut hasn't gone anywhere. Now the Genroku. What could we have done with that before? We could have stopped the Genroku from summoning from the hand. And now it's unaffected thanks to the field spell. Could have stopped that with the Phantom. Not that it's the biggest problem. Maybe they use the Desiree to negate the field spell and the Genroku. Varuj Ross with a 77.2% win rate. Now the Magnumut's finally going to be used to banish the seal they could have banished earlier. Is this going to be lethal? It's not lethal damage. Oh, wait. Destroy the Sangan summoning. No. Wait. No, there's nothing to burn them with. We're negating. Negate. If they... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could have just Magnumut earlier. For Rudros negate. Might have even been lethal. Wow. Droplet sending the lightning storm, but they did not send a monster for that droplet, so the Desiree can negate the droplet. That's game 2. 1-1. Now let's go check out game 3. Game 3, Tempai still choosing to go second. So we're gonna Valor negate the Dark Beckoning Beast. Okay. They have to just play so many hand traps to stop you. And then they have the Dora. Does that work? I think it does. Are we drolling? Imperm negate the Spirit. Well, they actually play around Droll really well. They summon from the deck, they set the cards from the deck, their spells. Now we're drolling. And they got the cold buy. But maybe this is a good way for us to eat up that cold buy. Are you rooting for Yubel or Tempai? Genroku alone doesn't really do anything. The Dora might, but they're probably going to get an Apollo, right? Apollo, negate, the Dora. If they draw a Pot of Greed and then activate it, draw another Pot of Greed, and then activate it and then draw another Pot of Greed, and one of the cards they draw is a droplet, they might be able to do it. Typhon into battle. Destroy the Apollo. Well, they summon Typhon, so you can probably guess that it's over. Ash negate the Spirit of Yubel. They're squirming. You summon a big monster against Yubel, they're just gonna boom, 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 attack right into you, and you're gonna be hitting yourself. Yubel winning in game 3. Sorry to Tempai. Tempai still paying for their crimes. Keep it going here. Yeah. This will be the last game in the top 8. Reset those scores. We got Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes. Mirror match is what we wanted. Give me Dark Magician in this mix and I'll be happy. Konami. Where's my Link 1? Dark Magician needs a Link 1. Dark Magician at Worlds 2026. Blinking the Veiler into the Spirit is crazy. There's the Royal Blue Eyes White Dragon. Ultimate Fusion. There's Blue Eyes here, there's Blue Eyes there. Everyone's got a Blue Eyes. Funny thing is, I'm actually not a Blue Eyes expert. But I do know lethal damage when I see it. Konami, you gotta figure out whatever you're gonna do with Snake Eye Fiendsmith. You gotta get rid of Max C. Give us more Dark Magician, and then we'll be talking. Ogre negating the True Light could be devastating. I should say destroying it. The Blue Eyes player on top won game 1. You know what? I'm glad the Blue Eyes players fighting each other. We'll see who the real Blue Eyes Master is. The Majesty is crazy. Veiler negate the Maiden. They said, fine, we'll take it to game 3. We're getting there. The winner here of this game wins the Blue Eyes Mirror and goes to the semifinals, and their deck will be on the Master Duel Meta website, and they'll be known as the Blue Eyes champion. There was a time in Duel Links where Magnets was tier 0, and I had been playing Magnets for a long time, so I was ready for this moment. And what had happened? Oh yeah, I played in like 4 or 5 magnet mirror matches in a tournament, and I won like every single one. That day I called myself Magnet God. And I don't know if you remember this time in Duel Links where there was the skills in Duel Links. One of the skills was when you were playing the Pharaoh, if your life points, if you took 2,000 life points of damage, the next draw phase, you would be able to pick whatever card you wanted from your deck that was in the deck. That created the situation where your opponent did not want to attack into you and deal you that 2,000 damage unless they were going to finish you. So they didn't want to leave you with under 2,000 to let you have that special draw effect. And they would, in one of the matches, they were attacking me, but they did not want to put me under that amount. So then I used Cosmic Cyclone, which was at the time, I think it was limited to 1 or 2. And the Cosmic Cyclone reduced my life points, allowing me to search the deck in my next draw phase for whatever card I won, and I won the game. I won the duel. It's crazy. Guy was so mad. They called it deck check. There was nothing to check. There was nothing. Baylor. So that's Blue Eyes through a Veiler. They still got the it's still too much. The Imperm was more than all you needed to see. All right. Alright, we're gonna watch that Blue Eyes player who we just saw win the mirror match. Hope, what is going on? Let's see here. Rounds. We're getting there. True. We just saw this Blue Eyes player win a mirror match, a Blue Eyes mirror, and now they're going second against Dragon Link, but they got a Droll. Droll could hit the Dragon Link pretty hard here, so they're gonna get the boot sector launch. Here they get Drolled. Now see, they have the quick launch in their hand to save them. Oh, and they go for the Caliber? Okay. Striker Dragon popping itself to return the Tracer to the hand and to seal it up. I think there was a better way here. We'll see what they can do with this, though. I think there was a way for them to get Borderland. Not much is new for me. For the past couple days, I've been talking about trying to get a rooftop cargo carrier for my car, so that I can fit more stuff in it and do like some kind of camping adventure stuff. Show you the picture. Now, before you think this is a funny looking car, it has a 6-cylinder engine swap that I did myself. And I got the rooftop box, and with the 6-cylinder engine swap, I need to fit all kinds of tools in there, and that's what I got that top box for. This is the tournament right here. Dragon Link clapping it up. Game 1, semifinals. This is the best way to do it. That way we're not watching every little interaction. We get to see more replays in a shorter amount of time. Beast destroying the Droll. Akimo 11. This. Hope with the hydrate, thank you. I think Fiendsmith has been frustrating people. Entries are down in the tournaments because it's everyone knows it's going to be a Fiendsmith festival. But we've got these Dragon Link Giga Chads. Now we got a Magnuma to banish Tracer. And how can this Ogre stop Dragon Link? Well, we're gonna Lubellion, get the Saronir. Oh, we get Druisworm, banish the Magnuma to summon. Lubellion placing the regained. Now Link summon Dark, bring back the Magnuma from the opponent's grave. Magnuma will search in the end phase for a dragon. Now we got a Saronir regained. It's gonna get ogred into battle, and that's lethal damage. They had 2 ogres. Dragon Link 2-0 victory. Hope we will definitely look at your replay as soon as this is all wrapped up, said and done. No MAXX-LESS today. Kashtira. Interesting. Of all decks, we got a Shangri-Era. Now a Rise Heart banishing Scareclaw Kashtira. Because the Shangri is here, it's going to allow them to do a 1-card a Rise Heart, plus a Macrocosmos. Solemn Judgment, paying half their life points. A lot of people do like these no maxi events, and we've brought back Rogue Roulette with the custom ban list, and they alternate every other week with each other. So it will be 2 weeks. It will be 2 weeks from now until we get another no maxi tournament. And don't worry about the points, you're fine. We got the Shangri era locking down the zones. Ogre. We're banishing Wraith South. Cash Tira defeating Yubel. Morpho Manny. So I upgraded since back then. Hope I upgraded the camera. I retuned the microphone settings. We put everything together a little bit better here. I learned a few new tricks. What the heck was that? Unicorn. Do this, we'll do this. I did not. We're nowhere. Well, I mean, I don't want to say we're nowhere close to that Kraken pet because we're working on it. But, it's a 1 in 3,000 chance to get it per kill, and I've killed it 2,000 times. So I'm gonna have to keep grinding if I want to get there. I should have done that. Sequence. We're gonna fusion summon by shuffling back material the Aerial Eater. Eat it up. Into a Muckraker? Okay, the Muckraker brings back the Spirit, getting the Pain. Pain popping to squirming. It's just free bodies. It's free real estate. Wave High King Caesar. 2 special summon negates. Plus a Veiler. And now the Unchained Soul of Rage will use your monster as link material. Use their monster as link material on your turn. Plus summon a Little Knight that has a double banish. So that's 3 plus the double negate and the Veiler and the Phantom. And I do like DDD Hope. Super polymerization. They just sphere mode and then super polyed the whole field away. Typhon returning the sphere, but they get Veilered. What are you gonna do? Summon Ra from your deck? There's no way, it doesn't exist. Phantom of Yubel. Bring back the Unicorn. And now the Engraving to the Requiem. Tribute. Sequence is back. Resequencing to fusion. Summon Desiree. They're equipping. That's a negate. They can only target negate something on the field. There's a non-target. I think it's targeting. Is that game 2? It is game 2, right? Night Raid, what is going on? Don't worry about it. All that matters is that you are here now. Game 3. Rebrand to triple D wave. Cash Tira Fenrir. Oh, this is Cash Tira with deck lockdown and super polymerization. Oh my gosh. I gotta give a tournament report. That'll be fine. Deck lockdown goes crazy. Cash Tira. Moving on to the finals. No way. Oh. Did we saw Blue Eyes versus Dragon Link. Finals? Quick day today. Wow. MAXX-LESS Mayhem tournament finals, no Maxi. We're in the middle of Fiendsmith format, and somehow we ended up with Dragon Link and Cash Tira. Let's see it. So it looks like, unfortunately, Dragon Link did lose the coin flip here, but they do have a droll. Dragon Link going second against Cash Tira is tough. Now we've got the Fenrir and the lockdown. What's the lockdown? Neither player can add cards from the deck to their hand except by drawing them. Monsters cannot be special summoned from the main deck. So you can summon from the extra deck, and now our Tracer gets Solemn Judgment. Druid Worm destroys the Fenrir. Birth, bring back the Fenrir. They could search. They normal summon the Ogre with no tribute. Fenrir, banish. The Druid Worm doesn't get to send a card to the grave, send a monster to the grave because it was banished. And it's not lethal damage. Man, that top deck was insane, but Dragon Link is not top decking right now. Game number 2 in the finals with $10 on the line. On Saturday, we got a $100 prize pool tournament where this is the last chance for anyone to qualify for free entry. But you could pay $2 to enter. And then they get shifted. Wow, they lost the coin flip, and now Dragon Link gets shifted. That sucks, Hakimo. Nothing you can do about it. Just end the turn. Wraith, Soth, Unicorn, Ogre, Kashtira, Scareclaw, Kashtira. Why? I guess Kashtira, Scareclaw didn't sound right. It's primarily a Scareclaw. And Kashtira defeating Dragon Link 2-0. Crazy. Here's the duel room number if you guys want to watch the duels that happened in the room, or if anyone wants to play in there. Let's see. Morpho, very nice. Congratulations. Morpho, I believe, has gotten first place, or if not topped many of our tournaments consistently, and that's what proves that you're a top tier player. Room code. Very lucky today. Hey, luck happens. Right. I'm actually gonna switch over to my other account. I gotta read what you were saying about the Pot of Greed's Hope. Well, YouTube, thank you for joining us today. We're going to be ending the YouTube stream though, so if you want to join us over on Twitch, I am putting the link in the chat and I'll see you there. If not, smell you later. Goodbye, YouTube.